guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, Ali.
Hello. How are you? I'm good. This is new.
Yeah, so we started doing videos, and this is all like a fancy schmancy setup in your boudoir. No, that's not a lounge, is it? That's a bedroom.
But this is the first time we're recording here at my house.
Yeah, in the interior.
In the interior.
As opposed to...
Well, no, we were still inside.
Yeah, but we were in the studio. God's sake.
Oh, the salon.
The salon.
Oh, I should know that.
I was thinking salle de bain, and that is bathroom in French, isn't it? So that was wrong.
What did you say?
Salle de bain.
Salle de bain.
But it's salon is... Yeah. Okay.
Or if you just want a toilets, WC.
Yeah, and dans la pape.
Bonnet de douche.
Exactly, right. That's French for...
Shall we start?
Yeah, exactly. How have you been?
I'm good. Had you round for a few days, so it feels like I've got my legs back again, or my arms.
Oh.
Pick a limb, whichever is your favourite.
Yeah.
So it's been nice.
That's nice. I'm going again tomorrow, but I'll be back soon.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll be up to you next.
Oh, yes, you will. Yes, you will. So we had a really nice dinner. I was just updating the listener.
We ate some food.
We had some food. It was good. Have you been watching any good horror films, horror series on TV?
Horror, no. But we discovered The Traitors, didn't we?
We did.
And that is banging. Like, reality shows, not so much for me. I think there's two that I do really like, and that's Married at First Sight and Below Deck, which is the rich people on the yachts and things like that. But other than that, sort of reality TV, I'm just like, meh. But The Traitors is great because it's like someone gets murdered and there's puzzles and it's all a bit dark and creepy and it's in a castle in Scotland. And I love castles and Scotland.
Yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful. And everyone gets very emotional.
Yeah, that is kind of irritating. I don't know if that's am I going to offend people if I say this?
No, I don't think so. But also, I think it's probably very different when you're in that scenario.
Definitely,
and,
I can see that it's very stressful, but there's a lot of Gen Z, and it's just like they can't cope with anything. Like, heaven forbid that there's something really traumatic in their lives, because I think you said the other day, they must just combust.
Yeah, spontaneously combust.
Pow, pow.
Exactly. So just be dust left.
Yeah.
No, but that's really good. So we're on first series, so we're a little bit late to the party, but it is fun.
But I've also made a pact that we're not going to watch it without each other, so there's going to be so much to catch up on.
Yeah, which is good, because then we binge stuff.
Yeah.
We just can't binge until 2:10 in the morning.
Oh, God, no. And what about you? There's lots in the pipeline for you.
Yeah, did lots of arty stuff, really. I was going to say that there's a really good horror film on Netflix called Talk to Me.
Oh.
Which is awesome, just because we were on the subject of watching things. So Talk to Me is very good. And then there's Fool Me Once.
Yes, I do.
The series.
I want to read the book first, though.
Okay, that's another Harlan Coben. And also, I should watch this. It must have been before Christmas at some point. The Good Nurse. Did you watch that on Netflix? That's very true crime, because that was about an actual serial killer nurse.
Oh, nice.
That's very good.
Do we know this killer nurse?
Oh, I can't remember his name because, brain sieve, and I didn't write it down. But if you watch The Good Nurse, it'll tell you.
Awesome.
So that is very, very good.
I love that. But good by your standards, the Talk to Me, or whichever one it is that you said, or good by my standards?
Well, I was surprised because basically I just watched it because it kept coming up on like suggestions, and I was getting so annoyed with it doing that I was like, if I just watch it, it will stop coming up. But actually it was quite creepy. It wasn't what I expected.
Oh.
So
I'll give it a gander.
Yeah, give it a go. And then I was going to say, you watching reading any horror books, but then I saw your serial killer trivia or true crime
my serial
trivia?
killer trivia book.
Tell us about that.
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, are you just leaving it around to look cool?
Yeah, my coffee table books
This
are
is
about
my
serial killers.
serial killer coffee table book.
No, I think I just brought it down. I wanted to read something, and then I ended up not reading it.
Oh, okay.
But for Christmas, my sister-in-law, she got me a book about a podcast. It's called Dark Histories or something like that, and it's like basically the transcript of the first series. Because I love history, but I like dark history.
The dark side.
The dark side. So that's kind of in between whatever it is that I'm reading
I love that.
elsewhere.
Okay, well, today is going to be quite. I never know how to say this because it's not light-hearted, but in comparison to some of the other ones that we've done, it's lighter-hearted? Question mark. Anyway, I'm talking about haunted roads today.
Oh, I love that because these are things that we can go, like these are places we can go to.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm talking about haunted roads in the UK because, well, this country's amazing. We know it's weird and wonderful. Lots of history and lots of haunted roads. So I thought I would talk about some. But there are so many that this could actually be a sort of semi-regular episode interval situation.
Oh, I like that.
I want to say a palate cleanser. It's not, but it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, ghost stories tend to be
A little bit more...
Yeah. So are we ready to rock and or roll?
Always. So have you ever been on a haunted road that you know about?
Not that I know about.
Okay. That stopped that discussion very short.
Sorry.
No. Well, there's loads. So, like I said, I will be doing some more episodes about them. And we are lucky to live in this country, and it is wonderfully weird, the history and connecting all of these historic towns, castles, coastlines are roads. And many of our roads are, in fact, haunted. So, the first one I'm going to start us with is down in Devon.
Do you know, I've never been and I really want to go, and same with Cornwall.
Oh, both very, very beautiful places. Very, very nice. So there's a rural road near Dartmoor Prison called the B3212.
I love
Sorry,
the fact,
I just had to double check that because you know what I like with numbers. I was like,
I love the fact it's near a prison
yes.
because prisons are creepy.
Well, you definitely need to go down there because, you know, the whole Dartmoor and stuff. It's just,
Well, yeah.
you know, there's lots of lore down there and stuff, which is very cool.
The Beast of Dartmoor, is it not?
Well, that's Bodmin.
Oh, shit.
There might be one in Dartmoor, you never know. We'll have to have a look now. But so that road stretches from a place called Princetown to Two Bridges and is reportedly haunted by a pair of disembodied hairy hands.
I know about this.
No, you don't. I was
Yeah.
expecting you to say you were surprised.
No, this is one of the episodes that I was going to do.
Are you serious?
No. Yes, even.
I mean, no, yes, but I am.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, yeah.
Have you already done work on it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you take it away. It's all yours, babe.
So you probably already know all about this then.
No, tell me again.
Well, I'll tell you again, remind you, and our listener,
Yeah.
our one possible listener can hear anyway. So,
Goober when he's editing.
so the legends go. My iPad keeps jumping down, and I'm like, I don't know where I am. So the legends go that these hands take control of vehicles by grabbing the steering wheel or handlebars and driving the vehicle off the road, which is a little bit scary.
Yeah, can you imagine just all of a sudden your hands are just really bloody hairy?
Well, yeah. I don't know if it's the hairy hands that are the scariest part, or the fact that you're going to lose control of the vehicle you're in.
The vehicle.
Vehicle.
Well, I mean, I'd be quite scared if I ended up with hairy hands.
But if it was a choice between having hairy hands or being, like, pulled off the road and possibly dying, would it not be better to have the hairy hands? Goober is literally despairing right now.
He thinks it's funny.
Alison Falula Boyd. Okay. Right, well, so...
I don't want hairy hands.
No, I don't want hairy hands.
Bitch, go get a wax.
Exactly. But, yeah, you know? So these hairy hands. Okay, so you're not worried about being driven off the road.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be really shit.
But you're more worried about the actual hairy phalanges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like having
Hairy phalanges.
Yeti hands.
Yeti.
Or, I don't know. Yeah.
Like werewolf hands.
No, that's a cat.
You're right.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Shall I
Carry on.
carry on? Okay.
Yeah.
So the first reported victim of these haunted hands was on March the 28th in 1921. A medical officer from Dartmoor Prison, Dr. Ernest Hassler Helby, was riding a motorbike down the B3212 with the Deputy Governor's 2 daughters in his sidecar when he lost control of his bike. He told the girls to jump out of the sidecar to safety before careering off the road and crashing his motorbike.
I mean, that was a good reaction. That's very quick.
Right. So they managed to jump out. Get out, jump out to safety. The Guardian newspaper reported that Dr. Helby died in the accident due to a skull fracture, but luckily the girls survived.
No, that's sad.
It's very sad, but it is good that the girls survived. God, can you imagine having to jump out? Oh, God.
I'd be like, No, I probably wouldn't get out quick enough.
No, and I'd be deaf, so I'd be going, what? What?
Aye.
So, yeah, we'd be rubbish.
Aye. Aye.
By the way, that if we say that a lot, because we do, it's from...
I don't think we've done it yet.
Well, no, just in general life we say that quite a lot. And it is from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Aye.
When Captain Jack Sparrow's in the jail.
Yeah.
And what's-his-face comes down to look for him and talk to him. And he says something and he goes, hey! So that's where it comes from.
We just die laughing every time.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
Exactly. And we are pirate soul sisters. And I was a pirate in a former life.
And also easily amused.
Yeah. So all of those things. So one of the girls told a police officer that as Dr. Helby lost control of the bike, she saw a pair of hairy hands gripping the handlebars as it started to lose control. And when they rushed to the scene, they saw the crash bike with the disembodied hands still holding onto the handlebars.
As in the hairy hands?
The hairy hands. Yeah, apparently. Several weeks after Helby's death, a coach driver also lost control on this road, injuring several passengers who was thrown out of their seats.
Oh. And sorry, how long after the motorbike accident was that? A couple of weeks?
Several weeks.
Oh.
So yeah, so still in the 20s.
Angry hairy hands.
I mean, they're obviously... Whoever these hands belong to, obviously pissed off by something.
Is there a theory?
Kind of, yeah.
And we're going to go into
Well, sort of... I did loads of research because the thing is with these things, there's all these different stories, so you kind of have to look at them all, to find out what actually facts match. And I couldn't find out who they thought the hands belonged to.
Just a random pair
So
of
just
hairy
a
hands.
random pair of disembodied hairy hands. So if anybody knows the owner of these hairy hands, feel free.
Please return too.
to email us at cardsandthemacabre@gmail.com and or on Instagram.
Boom.
Boom. Because I couldn't find anything, but that doesn't mean it's not out there because,
That's the thing, I think maybe the locals know a bit more.
possibly. Maybe. So if there's anyone local to Dartmoor that knows about who these hairy hands might belong to, tell me. I'll tell Ali, and then she won't go near that place because she's scared of the hairy
I
hands.
don't want hairy hands near me.
No. Is it that you don't
Keep your
want
filthy paws off my silky
hands
drawers.
to be... That's of Greece, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you not want your hands to be hairy, or do you not want the hairy hands to be on your hands?
Both.
Okay. Good.
If I start getting hairy hands. Well, to be fair, I epilate my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like hairy hands.
I feel like there's some sort of merchandise
Spiral,
ideas in this. Just hairy hands.
It's a drawing of me with some really hairy hands.
Well, I know. Ooh, for Halloween you could be a werewolf and have like hairy hands.
Or just, yeah.
Or just hairy hands.
Just no, because I think I might be sick.
Oh no, you could be completely dressed in either black or white and you could just have hairy hands, and then you would be the disembodied hairy hands.
Yes.
That's a really good idea for a Halloween outfit. I bet no one's ever done that.
Probably not, but I thought we were going as AbFab.
What? Not for Halloween, though. We just decided we were going to have a party that was just going to be AbFab themed.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween
okay.
has to be spooky.
I could be dead, Eddie.
Right, so anyway, back to the hairy hand story. 2 months later, on October 14th of 1921, the Daily Mail reported that a man going by the name of Captain M also crashed his motorbike on the same road, but he survived. He stated, "Believe it or not, something drove me off the road. A pair of hands closed over mine, large, muscular, hairy hands." You seem a bit disturbed by this, babe. In 1924, 9-year-old Theo Brown was on holiday with her family in their caravan, and one night they were parked near the haunted road. Theo's mum woke up in the middle of the night to scratching sounds coming from just outside the window of the caravan. And when she looked, she saw a bristly hand crawling itself up the side of the caravan. So she prayed for protection until the hand vanished. So that's another sighting.
It's all in the 20s.
There's some more slightly newer ones coming up.
Okay.
What do we think so far? Any theories?
No. There's nothing.
Unless someone is very, very devoted to the cause of scaring people and is literally doing what I just said and dressed completely in black apart from a pair of hairy hands.
See, and how would they be able to jump on a moving motorbike or into a moving car?
No, I'm just thinking of maybe who was outside the caravan.
Oh.
I don't know about anything else. Mm-hmm. So it's not any kind of...
No. I mean, that's a possibility,
idea,
yeah. Or they, That one, yes. The others, no.
Would you stay in a caravan? I think that's scarier than the hairy hands.
I used to go on caravan holidays with Uncle Axel, Auntie Chris, Julia, Steph and Dane.
Did you?
Yeah.
Every time I've ever been in a caravan, there's always at least one earwig in there. And I hate earwigs. So I just associate caravans with earwigs.
I think we used to go to Hemsby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you
I remember I got addicted to the 2p machines.
The 2p
I was
machines?
like 10.
Oh.
I know.
Did you see any earwigs in your caravan though?
Not that I recall.
Interesting.
No, but that was the first time I realised people could have cereal with hot milk. Because they did it.
Oh.
Yeah. Never thought of that before.
Yeah, Weetabix with hot milk, I guess. Anyway. Keeper's like, seriously, guys.
Oh,
what are you doing?
This is going Pete Tong.
Absolutely no. Right, so in the book Supernatural Dartmoor by Michael Williams, a story told by journalist and author Rufus Endall claimed that while driving on this road, a pair of hands gripped the steering wheel and I had to fight for control. He managed to avoid crashing and the hands disappeared as inexplicably as they had come. Rufus asked Williams not to publish this story until after his death for fear of ridicule.
Oh.
So, it's that sounds quite interesting, doesn't it? The book, Supernatural Dartmoor, I think we'll have to look that up and see.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got loads around here about local ghosties and dark history and stuff like that.
We should start collecting those, really. Other sightings on this highly haunted road include Florence Warwick, a holidaymaker who was driving on the same road in 1962. When she stopped the car to look at a map, Florence said, "I looked up and saw a pair of huge, hairy hands pressed against the windscreen. I tried to scream, but I couldn't. I was frozen with fear."
It's a big jump from the 20s to the 60s. Oh, wait, no, you had a 40s in there, didn't you?
Oh, there was.
I
there's something.
I am listening.
There was quite a lot going on in the 20s. Then I'm not sure when this happened with Rufus, because I couldn't find a date for that. Oh. And then it did jump to 62, and now I'm about to jump to 2008.
Oh, wow. So he has a break.
Well, yes. Or are people too scared to talk about it? Or they think, no one's going to believe me. I've just seen a pair of hairy hands floating about.
Sorry, I don't know why I find it funny.
It's okay, you can. It's okay. It's a bit like Wednesday with Thing.
Yeah. I like Thing. He's
His
cute.
hand isn't hairy though, and it's only one. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
The fact it's not hairy makes it better.
what?
The fact it's not hairy makes it better.
Yeah. And there's just one.
Well, no, I go for a pair of non-hairy disembodied hands.
Okay. It's the hairy that's putting you
Creeping
off.
me out, yeah.
Okay. In 2008, Michael Anthony reported seeing a pair of paws which appeared over his own hands while driving.
Oh,
That's
that's
all
the
the
first time it's been described as paws.
Yeah, that's all I had from that story. That's literally all he said.
Oh.
He saw some paws. Bye.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Ciao.
So, locals do have kind of a theory. So, locals put the many accidents down to tourists not knowing the road. Mm-hmm. Because you know how scary it can be if you're on a road that's slightly challenging to drive and you don't know where the twists and turns are, you could lose control.
And it's probably really windy around that bit as well.
Yeah, maybe.
If it's in the moory bit.
So, yeah, they're putting it down to basically tourists not knowing the road. The number of incidents has prompted investigations, which concluded that the road's curvature at points can be dangerous. Mm-hmm. And the sudden gravitational pull of an unexpected dip in the road could also explain how someone could feel like they were losing control of their steering.
Got some air.
Yeah.
Yeah, got some air.
But, it's that crazy road from you with them bloody bumps on it.
Oh,
Because if you
Black
think,
Bank.
when you go into, it does affect the steering. So I can see how.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone's talking about hairy hands, but I suppose if one person said it, someone else was
I'm
like,
going to get
I'm
in
a
on this.
really shit driver, but I'm just going to blame it on the hairy hands. And be like, yeah, it's the hairy hands again.
Maybe I should do that. No, I'm a good driver. I just
are
have
a
a
good
lot
driver.
of road rage. Don't you fucking look at me like that.
Goobs. I'm not sure you're safe there, mate.
I am a good driver. I just get a lot of road rage.
You're all right. I like driving with you.
And you're getting older, so you're getting more nervous anyway.
He's not happy about that comment. So that's all I had on the hairy hand on that particular road. But I would love to. I mean, I'd like to go down to Devon. I haven't been down there for ages. But if we're ever lucky enough to do a road trip, we should sort of do a road trip and include a load of haunted roads. So yeah, if anyone has any stories about the B3212, preferably between the 20s and 60s. Or between the 60s and 2008, because they're the dates I seem to have. So it's quite random.
Yeah.
So would you drive down that road at night on your lonesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be bothered.
No.
Okay.
And that's that. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for your participation.
You're welcome.
So you've never had any weird stuff happening on roads for you? You've never seen anything weird on the road?
No, but I did that whole, when it's really dark and it's really late and you look in your rear view mirror and you always just kind of expect to see someone sat there.
Yeah.
That's a real atmospheric thing, and then that's when your brain's playing tricks on you and things.
Yeah. And actually that relates back to, we did an episode on urban legends, didn't we? That were all relating to cars and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so basically my advice was drive a 2-door car so that no one could have possibly got in the back of your car.
Don't get out the car.
Don't get out the car.
And push whatever's in the road under your window and just nudge it with your car, I said.
Or drive a 2-seater car. Because there is no in the back.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
That was our general advice, unsolicited.
Mm.
I don't know what advice to give about hairy hands, though.
Maybe wear hairy gloves, so then the thing that owns the hairy hands is like, oh, there's already hairy
confused.
hands.
Be like, oh, someone's already got those.
Yeah, that must be
I'll leave you to it, mate. I'll go on to the next one.
the second pair of disembodied hairy hands.
Okay. Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
So hairy gloves and, you know.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, if nothing has happened since 2008, I think we're safe.
Yeah, I think probably are.
Mm.
All right, so next up is the A3 in Burpham. Is it Burpham or Burpham in Surrey? I did find out and then I forgot. So this in December... Oh, what were you going to say?
I was going to do this one as an episode as well.
Were you really?
Is it the phantom car crash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've just ruined it for everybody now, haven't you? Chief ruiner.
Oh, shit, sorry. You've stolen my bloody ideas, woman.
All these ideas.
But yeah, no, this is really interesting. So I think the listeners are going to like
you
this
already
one.
know about it, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's about it.
I'll tell the listener, even though they already know now because you've just told them.
Yeah. Well, they don't know what happens or
No, exactly.
happened.
I think this is actually a really interesting one.
It is, yeah.
I mean, the whole hairy hands thing doesn't... I'm a bit like...
Yeah.
I'm not scared by that. I don't feel like that's the thing. Maybe it is, though. So in December 2002, police received several reports from members of the public of a car seen swerving off the road at the A3 in Burpham. When they investigated, police initially couldn't find any evidence of a crash, but eventually they discovered a wrecked maroon Vauxhall Astra nose down in a ditch, covered in undergrowth, with the remains of a body nearby. So this was not a recent accident. The motorist had died around 5 months earlier. Sergeant Russ Greenhouse of the Surrey Police said, "The car was discovered as a result of a report from members of the public who thought they saw a car's headlights veering off the road. The officers could not identify that collision, but they had the presence of mind to search on foot. The body was identified as that of 21-year-old Christopher Brian Chandler, who was wanted for robbery and had been on the run from the Met Police since July 16th that year. This all led to speculation that the sightings had been a residual haunting, almost replaying the crash until they found the body. But you do get a lot of, when you get a lot of ghost paranormal sightings, oftentimes it's, whether you believe it or not, it's kind of thought that perhaps the ghosts are trying to communicate to you so that they then can move on because they've got a story to tell.
Yeah.
You're like, listen, I just need to get this off my chest and I'll move on.
Well, it's the fact that, his parents haven't had closure.
Exactly.
His body hadn't been found, so it's just like,
Yeah. So I thought that was actually a really interesting one. I mean, that's kind of sort of it. So I'm presuming now you wouldn't see the lights swerving on the road because, it's already, the investigation's sort of done and dusted and Chappy Chap's been found and put to rest.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything saying that any more stuff's happening on the road, but...
No, it was just like a load of sort of drivers had seen what they thought was an accident, and it'd been seen a couple of times as well.
Yeah, it was. It was. They had quite a few people ring it in, so they went to investigate, and luckily they actually had a proper good old look and found that must have been so weird. They're like thinking they're going to find a crashed car because this crash has been reportedly seen, and then they find a car covered in undergrowth.
Yeah,
like, hang on a minute, this is not a new crash.
This is weird.
Yeah, really weird.
Especially with a decomposing body.
Yeah, that is quite spooky.
Spooky dooky.
Would you drive down? Would you?
What?
Would you drive down that road? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I bother asking you these things because you'd be like, yeah, I'll just do anything. Yeah. She's going to go down the road with a pair of hairy hand gloves on.
Yeah, to protect myself from the hairy hands.
Maybe we should, because I've got my bike licence, so maybe we should go down that road, just backtracking a bit, on a motorbike with a sidecar.
Do you know what? I would love to. I can see me in a sidecar.
I can see us in
Goggles,
yeah,
scarf, little helmet.
yeah,
I'd be great in a
just
sidecar.
yelling at each other because we can't hear each other.
Hey.
Exactly. All right, so that's what we're gonna do to see what happens there, and then
We just need to get enough money to go to Devon.
yeah, exactly.
We might be a while, folks.
Might be a while. Oh, I'd love to do that though. Do like a haunted road trip around the UK.
That'd be sick.
I mean, you have to do more than one because there's so much stuff.
Yeah, and you actually have to go and like not just the roads, maybe go to take some haunted roads to haunted cities.
Well, that's the
and things
thing.
Like that.
You could almost do a couple of counties and do haunted roads, and then that link to this haunted place.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be quite cool. I'm sure. Well, there's all those places that do like the investigations, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, York is like one of the most haunted places in the UK. And I like York, and I've not done enough around there.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go back. Edinburgh was amazing for like the dark history and stuff like that and the weird paranormal stuff. So I'd like to go back there and do some more
Yeah.
as well.
There's so many.
Yeah.
So many. Okay, so that's that one. And then, now, so we're still kind of down south. So I'm taking you to Kent.
Okay.
If you're probably gonna tell me that you were gonna do this as well. In particular, the A229 at Bluebell Hill. Bluebell Hill?
No, do not recall.
Okay, cool. All right. So since 1974, the ghost of a young bride has been terrifying motorists and confusing police on this road between Maidstone and Chatham. This chilling story all began when... oh my God, my notes are hilarious. So I've not quite edited this right.
It began at some point.
Is this just... began then, and then I've just started another paragraph. Goodness sake. I read through this as well, like to check it.
Oh, you did well.
Clearly. So this all began on November 19th in 1965, when Susan Brown and her two friends died in a tragic car accident. The 24-year-old was on her way back from her hen night when her car spun out of control on the A229 and collided with an oncoming car. Susan was due to marry her fiancé, RAF technician Brian Wetton, I think that's how you say that, the following day. Judith Lingham, who passed away at the scene, and Susan or Suzanne?
How's it spelled?
S-U-Z-A, Suzanne, but then I've spelt it Susan on the thing before this.
Are you okay?
I don't think so. I thought I'd been quite sort of good with these notes. Clearly not. Do apologise. Susan Brown.
Somebody
Suzanne
had a shandy.
Brown.
She's driving back from her Andy, though.
Yeah. And Patricia Ferguson died a few days later in hospital. So
Hang on, her surname was Folkestone.
No, Brown. Patricia Ferguson, her friend.
You just said Patricia Folkestone. I was like, that's in Kent too.
Ferguson.
Oh my God.
You silly tit. So one friend passed away at the scene, and then the two girls passed away in hospital. Nobody was called Folkestone. Ferguson.
Sorry.
It's all right, love.
Death. But I swear to God, that's what you said.
Oh.
I mean, not that it matters. Anyway, continue, please.
Okay.
I
I was sort of hoping there'd be more chat in this episode because this is my last story now.
Oh.
But every time I ask you something, you go, no. Would you do? No.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Your fault. No, it's not your fault. I had other stories, but I thought, I won't try and cram them in because the last episode I did was ridiculous.
And we're going to talk so much.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Right.
folks.
I've lost my place now as well. Goodness
Place and
me.
your marbles.
Lost them all. I don't think I ever had any marbles. You know, none to lose.
That's the thing I want to look into. Where did the phrase "lost your marbles" come from? And how did it come to me?
Well, I feel like Goober's just going to put it on the Googs. Goobs is going to put it on the Googs.
Goobs
and we'll find out. Because every day is a school day. To lose one's marbles is to lose one's mind. In 1954, the 1954 film, The Cane Mutiny. Mutiny. I can't read that. You're right in front of it. Can you read it?
No, I don't have my glasses on.
Oh,
That's too far
God.
away. Oh, there we
thanks,
go.
Gabe.
Oh, Humphrey Bogart.
linked insanity with marbles when he showed his character, the demented Lieutenant Commodore Queeg, restlessly jiggling a set of metal balls. Goob, stop looking distressed.
When under stress in court. That took us a while.
Well, I don't think it makes any sense. Then it's not marbles, is it?
They didn't lose them.
Well, metal balls isn't marbles.
Well, you get Chinese meditation balls. I think that's what they're called, and they're metal balls that jingle.
Yeah, but it's not marbles then, is it?
And you do this with them in your hand. I'm sorry, this is not a good...
No, it doesn't seem to be any sort of... Well, there is, obviously. But, you know. Okay, I'm going back to this story.
Yeah.
I do hope you're still with us, listener.
I'm so
sorry. Thank you if you are.
Oh, here we go. The phrase "lost my marbles" is believed to have originated from the game of marbles, where players would use their marbles to play a game. That's really poorly written. The phrase is often used figuratively to mean that someone has lost their mental faculties or has become irrational.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you how the two are linked.
Anyway, I think we've completely gone off tangent.
Gone off-piste on this.
We are so sorry.
No, do you know what?
Also, I'm not sorry.
It's our podcast. If we want to go off on a tangent, we can.
And we do that in everyday life.
Exactly. Seriously.
You can't just tell a story.
Actual conversations with us are probably way worse than this.
You have 20 other conversations with the main conversation.
And then maybe it's punctuated by some sort of dance.
Or funny noise.
Or both, if you're really lucky. Now you need to do the dance as well, but I'm not going to do that because Goober would just literally walk out. So, carrying on with the story, following the tragedy, ghostly visions were reported throughout the 1960s and 70s on the A229. On one occasion, Maurice Goodenough, a 35-year-old bricklayer, legged it into Rochester Police Station, yelling that he'd just hit a woman with his car near Bluebell Hill. He described her as being young, in her mid-20s, and told police, "The girl just walked out in front of me from the edge of the road. My car hit her with one hell of a bang." But when police went and searched for her with tracker dogs, they found nothing.
I mean, I salute his honesty.
Yeah, good for him for going, "Oh my God, I hit someone."
So, just backtracking a little bit, the ghostly bride, is she dressed in wedding gear?
I don't know. I guess so, if she's a bride. Otherwise, how else would you know she's a bride?
She didn't die in her wedding dress. Surely you stay in the same clothes.
Listen, woman, it didn't tell me that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's not like she died on her wedding day, is it?
No.
Maybe
so
they've just
how
kind
do
of...
people know she was a bride?
Well,
did you even say that?
Yes.
I know she was on a hen do.
Yeah, the ghost of a young bride has been terrifying motorists, but yeah, nothing actually specifies that she's in, like, marriage get-up. So, good question.
Maybe she was wearing some sort of bridal attire for a hen do.
I don't know, did they do that in the... When was this? 65, I suppose. I guess they would have, maybe. I don't know if that's a new thing or not.
Just walking around clutching a load of willy straws.
Yeah. Please,
if I get married, please, no willy straws and no neon.
No neon?
No.
Neon lights, though.
Neon lights, but not neon wear, like how people go out dressed like the 80s and everyone's wearing a fucking tutu and with shitty beads, plastic beads. It's bad 80s.
Okay, babe.
So no neon and no willy straws.
All right, doll. When the police went and searched for her with tracker dogs, they found nothing. The same thing happened in 1992 when coach driver Ian Sharp reported a similar incident. PC Roger Ginn reported, once we were satisfied, there was no sign of an accident, no damage to his car, and particularly in view of where it had occurred, we just had to write it off as another sighting of the Bluebell Hill ghost.
Ah.
So, yeah. Earlier sightings of the Bluebell Hill ghost include a man named James Skeen, who was driving home from work when a girl in her early 20s suddenly appeared in front of his car. He stopped, gave her a lift to Chatham, but when she got out, she just completely disappeared.
Oh, isn't that like your urban legend about the girl on prom night?
Yeah. So that's...
It's just been changed a little bit.
Things kind of... There's sort of...
They wheedle their way around.
Touching from... Yeah, but I suppose, you know... Urban legends come from somewhere, don't they?
But this is the thing, like, this was an accident that definitely happened, that definitely killed 3 people on a hen do. And then it's just kind of whatever the actual story is has probably just evolved somewhat.
Yeah, exactly. And when you find, actually saying that, and I will post these on our Instagram, the tragic death of Susan and her friends, there was proper newspaper reports about that. So that, that's all kind of documented. But some of these things, especially sort of way back in the 20s, it's very hard to find.
Well, nobody died with a pair of really hairy hands.
No, they didn't.
Or lost their hands in really hairy hands in a terrible accident. I mean, they could have been really hairy. Someone
Not
could have
this
lost their
time,
hands.
but maybe the first one, but not this time. I'm just going to finish this little bit. So I'm lost where I am now. So she disappeared, and then another man named Bob Venderpeer gave a lift to a girl, discovering the hitchhiker had vanished from the back of the car. And these both took place in the early 1970s. There have also been multiple stories of a girl who stares into the eyes of drivers as she steps out into the road. They're unable to stop their car, so they think they've hit her, but when they get out to check, she's vanished.
I'm just a bit confused because this sounds like it would be a haunting of someone who has potentially completed suicide by walking into the front of a car.
Yeah.
Rather than it having been like a car accident. So you've got the residual haunting of the car accident in Surrey, where people are seeing the accident happen and then it's not there. But this is like an accident and now she's... I don't know, it just sounds like a revenge thing almost.
Well, or her spirit's returning to the scene of where she died because she's got unfinished business because she never got married and she never,
But then But then she's putting other people at risk. That to me just sounds a bit vengeful.
I mean, I don't know her. So
Can you just go and ask her?
I don't know her. You could try calling her. No, don't do a Ouija board. Would you ever do a Ouija board?
I did when I was younger.
Did you?
Oh, but we weren't doing it properly.
Oh, I would never.
I went to school with a girl called Juliet, and I'm pretty sure she told me that her mum did one. She went to school in like a convent or something. I may have got this so wrong, and I'm so sorry if I have. But apparently they were doing one, and like the glass, the thingy,
Planchette.
yeah, flew off the table. Or a Bible. I've got something wrong, but I'm pretty sure the planchette just flew off the table.
Yeah, there's been reports of that.
Yeah.
I would never do a Ouija board. Never, ever, ever.
I would.
Okay. Well, you're doing it on your own. Would you do a Ouija board, Goobs? Oh, well, you
Would
can
you
do it.
really?
I am leaving if you guys do it.
But you're such a skeptic.
Yeah, but I guess that's why he's maybe do it.
Yeah, he said he's always a skeptic, but he's not writing it off until he sees definitive proof with his own eyes.
Yeah, it needs to be proven one way or another, he's saying. Yeah, definitely.
The only thing that does scare me is that something attaches itself to me, or, we invite something from the wrong realm.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, okay, so just to put a line under it, that's the haunted road's finished before we go off on this tangent. But there are theories that if you open up and speak to spirits, you can't determine whether they're good or bad.
Well, this is the thing.
And it's not up to you whether they're good or bad.
No,
Anything
and they can always
come
pretend to
through.
be good when they're bad. But that's why you always say hello and goodbye and don't follow me.
Yeah, exactly. But I would never I've never done a Ouija board. I would never do a Ouija board.
Yeah, I mean, that's sensible because what if and just in case. And
Yeah, I'm just...
But I think I would be too curious to not do one. You know.
Friend of mine I remember this boy at school, when I was at school, he did one. And I remember him telling me about it, and he said, oh, by the way, Goober has said that he's badder than any spirit. So...
Than any bad spirit.
Badder than any bad spirit.
That's some real good English there, boy.
So
I'm proud of you.
yeah, my friend from school did it, and he he was like a proper kind of geezer. Not anybody you'd expect to be scared of.
Or to do
Or
one.
to do, yeah, to be scared of ghosts, or to do, not that I'm generalising, but, and he was so regretful. He said, he kind of felt like he'd ruined his life by doing this Ouija board.
Why?
And he was in tears. I can't remember because I think I was drunk when he told me.
Oh.
But like really weird shit happened to him.
Oh, okay.
And I think he's in Australia now, so I can't even ask him about it.
Facebook, find him.
I'm not on Facebook.
I am.
Well, I am, but I'm not.
I can be like, hey, you went to school with my sis. What happened with you and the Ouija board?
Just dredge this up again for us, please.
Yeah. Can I ruin your life for a second time?
So, I mean, this is just one jumbled chaos, isn't it? But that were three haunted roads.
I think you're spending too much time around these here parts.
Oh, I think I am. So they were 3 haunted roads. It's not the fucking West Country. Oh dear.
I don't know. I was just mimicking Helen's.
Yeah. So those 3 haunted. There are so many more. But I just wanted to do 3 for now because I thought maybe there'd be more discussion about the roads. Next time I'll do 4 roads.
And I'm so sorry that I ruined it.
You didn't ruin it.
Oh, I did.
Why would
you do this?
Ruin it?
No. What don't you like about it? The hairy hands. Why? I don't know. Just because they're hairy. Like that. End of discussion.
But that was your opinion, so that's all good.
Oh wow.
We like the chatty ones anyway, and it wouldn't be a podcast with us if it didn't go off on some really weird tangents.
Something did not go tits up.
Exactly. So there we go.
Well, thank you very much. That was really interesting. Like I said, you covered 2 that I was going to do, so clearly I found them interesting anyway.
Yes.
So well done. Great minds, right?
Very much. Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Do you have a random fact for us, my love? And we need one from Goobs as well.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to keep mine boring. So I've got a fucking cracking, random and interesting fact about me, but I'm not dropping it now because it's too early.
Oh.
Honestly, Mark knows about it. It's fucking brilliant. But anyway, I'm going to keep it boring for you for this one.
I don't think it will be boring, but go on.
Well, I'm currently studying for a degree in English literature and creative writing.
That is not boring. That's awesome.
Because I'm some absolute silly tit that decided in her 30s that she was going to undertake a degree.
I think that's not a silly tit move at all. I think that's a...
Who wants to put that much stress on themselves in their 30s? It's not... I mean, a lot of people that are doing it, like, I've retired. I want to do something for fun. And I'm like, this is potentially... a career move. Like, I want to write books.
Yeah, no, I think it's good.
So I find it stressful. Everyone's like, oh, la-di-da, sat in here in my tutorial with a glass of wine.
No, I like it. I think
Wunderbar.
it's an interesting random fact.
And I'm like sat there rocking and crying every time I got an assignment. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm crippled with self-doubt. So I constantly just go over things. I'm like, no, I'm not good enough. Can't do it at all. And then I make myself not good. Wow, that was terrible. But you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I do.
I do. That's what's wrong with it, is that you actually understand.
Yes. I always get it.
Yeah.
So we've got one from Goobs. He says that he once played football against Justin and Dan Hawkins from The Darkness. Justin, the lead singer, put in a bad tackle on him, felt terrible, and offered him some deep heat. He was the nicest guy. That's a great random fact.
And so that was for Soccer 6,
Okay.
which is like a big charity thing that
Yes.
happens. Yeah, and it's like a load of celebrities that play foosball against each other.
And Goobs.
And Goobs. The non-celebrity celebrity.
Champions. You were the champions.
Champione.
Amazing.
Yeah. He had short hair then.
I like that random fact.
Oh. I should actually... Well, he's got short hair now. He's got no hair now. Sorry.
He might throw something at you, doll.
It's okay. He's going to jab me when I'm sleeping.
Or
He'll be like,
he's going to put on like some hairy hand gloves and just scare you in the night.
oh my God, yeah. Can you imagine being tickled? Waking up being tickled by some hairy hands?
Freak me the fuck out. I'd just think I was dreaming and just go back to sleep again, probably. Oh, no.
What's your interesting or random fact?
Well, so people who listen know that Ali goes to the gym. She doesn't like to talk about it very much, but she does go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
I really don't like to talk about the fact that I've been to Vegas so many times.
Liar.
But I do tend to drop it in. But my random fact is another Vegas one. And I didn't realise until I wrote it down earlier, and I was like, oh, for God's sake, I am such a tit. But, So my random fact is that I've been to a party in the penthouse at the Westgate in Vegas, which is where Elvis used to live. And when he was when he had a residency there, that was his place when it used to be called the International Hotel.
Yes.
When Elvis was there. So yeah, I've been to a party up there.
I just want to add in for the listeners, Helen and I adore Elvis.
Absolutely love Elvis.
Absolutely adore him.
Very, very much. So that's kind of cool. But another Vegas.
There hang on, Helen.
sitch.
Have you been to Vegas?
Did I not tell you I've been to Vegas?
No. Do they have a gym in Vegas?
Oh, there probably is a gym in
Go
Vegas.
to the gym in Vegas.
Oh, do you go to the gym?
Not very often.
Oh.
Only occasionally.
Right, I'm going to put everybody out of their misery now and say that we're going to leave them alone. So that was Haunted Rose. Please go back and listen to our other episodes because they all kind of tie in, don't they?
Yeah, and they're not all as bad as this one.
No, they're different.
We're different.
We are different. And if you want to get hold of us, if you've got any stories about spooky cars, haunted cars, do you own a serial killer's car? Do you have a cult leader car?
Because
We want to know
want
about it. And we want the car, but we also want to know about the story. So you can email us at carsofthemacabre@gmail.com. We are on Instagram, which is at carsofthemacabre. So you can message us on there. And
don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and most importantly, download. Share the love. Tell your friends, aunties, cats, turtles, pigeon.
all the peeps.
All the peeps. And yeah, let us know if you like us. Let us know if you don't. We won't listen, but thanks anyway.
Absolutely. And as always, this episode was brought to you by Park Lane Studios. Thank you very much, Mark. The Goobs.
Shameless product.
Oh, yeah.
Placement.
I put my cup down there. So
Park Lane Studios mugs. We did get these before the podcast.
you didn't have to tell them that. They could have thought it was special.
That's true. He's also got pens.
Amazing. And on that note...
Stay spooky, bitches!
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.